Have you ever stood in a room and felt like you weren't alone? Not because someone is hiding in the closet, but because the air itself feels different. Thicker, like you are standing in front of an open window that leads to somewhere else. That is the feeling I went looking for, and I found it. There is a place in the middle of the woods that local townspeople don't talk about. It's not a house or a cemetery. It's just a small, circular clearing where nothing grows. The ground is hard and dry, even after it rains. People who know about these things call it a portal. They say it's a weak spot in the world, a place where the wall between our side and the other side is very thin. I decided I needed to see it for myself. I packed a bag with a camera, a flashlight, and a voice recorder. I drove out there just as the sun was starting to go down. The walk to the clearing took about 20 minutes. As I got closer, I noticed the woods got very quiet. No birds, no insects, just the sound of my own feet on the leaves. When I stepped into the clearing, the temperature dropped. It wasn't a slow chill. It was like walking into a cold room. I set up my camera on a tripod facing the center of the circle. I sat down on a small camping stool and just waited. I started asking questions out loud, the way ghost hunters do. Is anyone here? Can you hear me? For the first hour, nothing happened. I was starting to think it was just a creepy story. Then, around midnight, I looked at my camera screen. I saw something on the display that I couldn't see with my own eyes. There was a faint, wavy line in the air, right in the center of the circle. It looked like the heat haze you see rising off a hot road in the summer, but it was freezing cold outside. I pointed my flashlight at it, but the light just went through it. It didn't reflect off of anything. I started recording with my voice recorder and asked again, "What is that?" When I played the recording back, I didn't hear a voice. I heard a static sound, but it had a rhythm to it. It sounded like a heartbeat, a very slow, deep heartbeat. As the night went on, that wavy line started to move. It stretched and grew taller until it was about the size of a door. I felt a pressure in my ears, like when you are on an aeroplane and the cabin pressure changes. My flashlight, which had fresh batteries, started to flicker and then died completely. I sat there in the dark, staring at this rippling thing in the air. I felt a strong urge to walk toward it. It wasn't a scary feeling, but a curious one. It felt like something was inviting me to come closer. I had to fight that feeling. I remembered the stories of people who walked into these places and were never seen again, or came back days later, with no memory of what happened. I stayed until the sun came up. As the first light hit the clearing, the wavy line just faded away. The pressure in my ears stopped. The birds started chirping again. I packed up my gear and left. I can't explain what I saw. I only know that for one night, I sat in front of a door that wasn't supposed to be there. And I am still not sure if I am glad I didn't walk through it, or if I missed the chance to find out what was on the other side.